Well, the Trump administration has walked back an executive order that froze funding to programs that affect hundreds of thousands of families around the U.S. The money that would put on pause would have included early learning programs that serve children in low-income families.
But as Fox 13's Frankie Thompson explains, local Head Start groups are still uncertain about what could happen in the future.
The freeze on those federal dollars for Head Start have since unthawed, but not before it caused chaos within the early learning program nationwide. Here in Washington, more than 13,000 students enrolled in Head Start felt the frantic scramble triggered by the executive order.
It really threw Head Start providers in chaos.
A chaos that still has many students, families, and early education providers feeling uneasy. The Washington State Association of Head Start and ECEAP represents all Head Start programs in the state. Executive Director Joel Ryan says the order from the White House devastated so many low-income families who are already experiencing challenges.
The impact it has on real people, on real families, and people who are trying to get to work and do better for themselves and their kids, and how that detrimental impact had on families.
After President Donald Trump's executive order to pause federal funding, Head Start programs across the country were temporarily locked out of payment websites.
They were not able to access the payment portal. Many of the programs were concerned about whether they would be able to pay their rent, pay their staff. But most importantly, there were a lot of families that were concerned that they wouldn't have childcare.
Hours after Tuesday's lockout, website access was restored, and the White House said funding for Head Start should not have been affected by the freeze, further explaining funds for small businesses, farmers, Pell Grants, Head Start, rental assistance, and other similar programs will not be paused. If agencies are concerned that these programs may implicate the president's executive orders, they should consult the Office of Management and Budget to begin to unwind these objectionable policies without a pause in the payments. But Ryan says the damage is already done. The confusion was so severe, he says it's causing the state association some uncertainty for the future.
Unfortunately, what we're really worried about is that the Trump administration and their extreme agenda will continue to target programs that support very low-income kids and families, all in service, Frankie, to a giant tax cut that they're teeing up right now for very wealthy people and corporations.
With the frenzy over for now, Ryan says the association is working even closer with its state and federal allies to protect this vital resource for children.
There are so many children in our state that are experiencing deep levels of poverty that we need to be a voice for. We need to make sure that every kid in our state, doesn't matter what zip code you're from, what your household is like, what your income is like, you should have an opportunity to succeed in school and succeed in life.
The association advocates for Head Start in Olympia and the nation's capital. The director says the association held a conversation yesterday with more than 100 providers concerned about the executive order. In the newsroom, Frankie Thompson, Fox 13 News.